if you are a Jamaican and you have social media at all, you must have seen the interview by CBS with a dynamic and energetic chef called Darian Bryan. Well, we got a chance to sit and talk with him. We're so proud of this gentleman. He has it going on. So, stick and stay and watch this interview.
Yeah. So tell me a little more about Good News Jamaica.
So Good News Jamaica is a online media house, right, that deals with positive information and imagery about Jamaica and Jamaicans globally, right? So we only tell empowering information about great things that Jamaicans are doing overseas and here. We highlight different places to visit in Jamaica. We highlight companies to invest in Jamaica. And we're just trying to do the whole upliftment thing for our nation family.
Yeah.
You understand? So when we saw the news report, we said, nah, man, we have to reach out to that man here because, hey, he's definitely carrying the flag high. I mean, I don't see you yanking, you know. I don't see you yanking. I don't see you not talking about Salt River. You know what I mean? We talk about the Jamaican thing the real way, and we love it, you know?
You see, that's one thing with me is like, sometimes I meet some Jamaican here and they must say, boy, them come from Jamaica, right? Where come from? Kingston. Where them come from Kingston? I lie not tell. They come from country, you come from country. It's like, why am I going to pretend to be someone else who I'm not? You know, I come from Clarendon country. Like, if you tell somebody come from country, they must shame you. What's the big deal? Country me come from be a donkey and goat and chicken around us. Like, this is where I come from. Me not be ashamed for tell people where I come from.
That's right. And that's why we love you so much, because you represent to the realest. Because
to the fullest.
We know say you use a scale fish, peel potato, chop all kind of thing for the prep work for your mom. You're exciting, mom, which you're going to have to tell me about your mom, you know, because in your interviews that I've seen so far, you know, really go into your mom, you know, but I want to go in for your mom today, right?
Yeah.
But so you used to prepare the food for her in the little cook shop up in a Salt River, right?
Yeah.
And now look at where you are. So
for real,
we want to go back to them time there, and then we will come forward. See?
Yeah.
So when was the first time that you realized, say, yo, that cooking thing you shot?
You know, me used to help my grandmother cook, like as a little boy, probably like 8 years old in the kitchen, you know. We used to add on that table. When she makes soup, me always ask you the cock soup box with licky, you know, because you know, we little boy always got the cock soup box, you know.
That's right.
You know, the cock soup is good. Grace cock soup is good.
Right.
I always ask the cock soup box. Let me start knee dumpling with her, and say, yes, I really like this, you know. Then when I get older now, my mother had the cook shop at the time, but I was too young to help her at the time, you know. And when as soon as I started getting older, like 12, I started helping my mom in the cook shop, like, yo, I really like this, you know. I really like the way your food make people happy, you know. And when my mom, when she left Jamaica, I was like in charge of taking care of my grandmother and my grandfather, you know. Sure. So I was cooking all their food, and I see the smile on their faces when I try like some weird stuff, like I'm saying, yo, man, cook some alligator tail, you know. But when I tell them alligator tail, you know, they meet it. And I'm gonna say, this is delicious, you know. I'm like, okay, you know what, you look like you just eat alligator. And they want to kill me. I'm gonna make
like want to kill you, man. They don't want to kill you.
So, make some peanut porridge, some, you know, plantain porridge, everything me I experiment, me I try. Until like every Saturday and Sunday, me used to look forward to them day because we cook with my grandparents and them day, you know. And in a cook shop, me help my mother in a cook shop when she left Jamaica. It's like I was in charge of the cook shop. So me I said, boy, I'm going to take over now. And then me start cook the food in a cook shop. Me buy stuff, my mother tell me, there's no recipe. We don't follow a recipe. You just dump this and dump that and correct the flavor as you go, you know. And it taking off in a way where I say, yo, you know, I really love it and I see the way food make people happy, you know. Food is love, you know what I mean?
So as a pick, you know, I mean, most children, which I know you used to love football and cricket, right?
Yeah, football
So
and cricket.
football and cricket was your thing.
Yeah.
So how you pull away from your brethren them where go down to the pitch and say, no man, may I go cook shop, man. How that work out with your brethren then?
That's a good question because I was young. I love sports. You know, it's Jamaica. It's always nice outside, you know. And it used to hurt me sometimes to see my friends passing me to play cricket and football, you know, and that's my sports. But I have to be in the cook shop. So I'm like, if this is what I want to spend the rest of my life doing, I gotta do it. You know what I mean? I know I want to be a chef. It's either a professional football player or a cricket player or a chef, you know?
Yeah.
That's I love farming too, so I'll probably be a farmer too, you know. Not in farmer, do you know?
Where is it?
Not in farmer, but not an informer, but a farmer. Plant food for people here.
All right, but understand that. So
it was tough for me though, because sometimes my mother said, boy, I ever seen a cook shop, you know. And I see my friend of play cricket to me and say, yo, John no start tough, but me have to help out mommy because you know, say I whole heap of wish you have with no father support, you know.
Right.
So me have to work in a cook shop to provide, you know, food and money for, you know, for me go to school and my sister didn't go to school anyway. So me just work it out, you know?
Yeah, man.
So
me hear that.
Yeah.
Me definitely hear that. So all right. So what were some subjects in school that you love to do?
You know, to be honest with you, I wasn't like a school guy at all. I go to school because it's the right thing to do. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. You see, with me, I don't sugarcoat nothing, man. I tell you as it is, man, because
that's why we love you, chef.
Yeah.
That's why we love you, brother. Because we see how real you are, you know. And so we wanted to make sure we reach out and show real Jamaicans how real Jamaicans succeed overseas. So go on.
Yeah, me like school at all because me just want to go play cricket and football at school. That's the only thing I eat the lunch money, you know. And school was a struggle for me. I went to where I go to Cockpit Basic School, Old Harbour Primary. Then I went to Osemati, and then after Osemati, my first job was at Boilers, Jamaica Boilers. And school wasn't for me at all. It was a struggle for me in school, you know, because I was just so focused on sports and, you know, and the girls, you know, whatever, you know what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, you know what? My mother, she know that, you know, it was a struggle for me. It's funny because I never talk about this with anybody ever in my life. It's funny, I'm telling you this. My mom knew it was a struggle for me, so she tried everything with me, like, you know, send me like summer classes. I just didn't like school that much, you know. Yeah. I want to play sports and I want to cook. She's like, you know what? You gotta learn a trade then, because the book thing enough for you. I mean, say, all right, I gotta learn a trade. So whatever me do, me have to try to be best at it, you know.
True.
If I football, me I try to be best. You can't, me a defender now, big bad defender in the back, you know. You can't pass me so easy because everything we do, me I try to outwork you or some work, you know. We try to find the best person by my team and see what's his strongest point. I want to be better than him. That's the way I grew up, you know. Right. And it's the same way in cooking too. When I came here, I see the system set. I'm like, yo, there's a gap where I could fill, because I look around, every chef I wear like big pants and big shirt and dirty apron and like chef hat. Me no want to be them. Me be different. Right. Get all of my them tailored pants, shirt, apron, custom, everything custom. Right. Fedora, because me no want to be average man, you know. So me I say, boy, one day I must be seen, because nobody else now really do what me I do, you know.
Yeah. I mean, especially at your age, you're 28 now, right?
29, turned 29.
You just turned 29. Excuse me, sir. Sorry if you take off one number, sir.
Yeah. Big man.
You know what I like about you is that you are very interested in how the people experience your food. It's not even that your food must taste good, but the entire thing of interacting with you, from them meet you. So the way you look, the way you talk, the way you represent, the antics you get up with in the kitchen, how you explain your food, everything is an experience. And I'm realizing that became so natural for you. You don't even know, say you do it anymore.
Yeah, for real. Yes, like, I just love people. I love food, you know what I mean? And I love to talk. I love to tell people my story. And it's like, some of them bad mind people, I say, them want to say, boy, me I use my story to get by. Me not keep, me know me I go, me know exactly where me I go now. I'm going to tell people where me come from, and them make it seem like, oh, you're cocky and you this and you that. No, I'm just saying how it is. Like, I didn't have it easy growing up.
Right.
When we come from, right, actually, my uncle called me up there, he must say, boy, them want money to get light and water. We
See,
still don't have light and water me from,
see.
And why would I come here and waste the time, the opportunity? There's so much opportunity here, and then we take you side. And when you come here and make you side, it's a problem. So we just, hold on me and grind every day.
That's right.
Because,
That's right.
me always tell people, say, yo, we might be a chef, but my mother not eat the way we want her to eat.
See.
And probably next year this time, she's gonna be eating good, man, because me just willing to put in the work because it's struggle she been through, what are we, easy.
Well, brother, we see the work we're going because to how you blow up on the internet right now with the impact you're having on your clients. Because you see, for me, that is the important part. You're good at what you do, fine. There are a lot of good chefs out there. We see all kind of shows and we see all kind of things, but you're having an impact on your clientele. When one NFL player come and see you by happenstance, him could have just leave it at that and make you be his personal chef, and that's all. But because of the impact you've had on his life, him spread the word, and look at how busy you've become.
It's crazy, man. Like my man Diggs, when I used to cook at his house, it's like he have his teammates come over and they have the food. They're like, yo, who this guy? I don't even like veggies, and these veggies taste amazing. So they all want me to cook for them now. So it's like, and it's like the way I grew up. It's just I'm just different, man. It's like we're not frightened for nobody.
See,
that's really why I'm like be able to like with these guys every day, and people kill themselves over them. My people are human being, them just like me and you.
See,
you're not frightened for them, so that them notice that them want me around them every day because want body up with them. We just do my work and we chat. I'm gonna talk about football because we don't know about football. We talk about life and make money. That's what we talk about. We're not frightened for nobody. That's just the way I grew up,
That's
just
right.
The way we get up growing in life,
So you migrated in 2012, yeah?
Yeah.
And you went to Erie Community College?
Yep.
When you went to Erie, was it culinary arts that you took up, or was it something else?
Yeah, culinary arts. Let me give you a story about that. Going to EC, well, we call it ECC, Erie Community College. So I came here, February 24th. It will be 9 years since I'm here.
Wow.
So this month. So I started school in September. I came in February, started school in September. And they charged my out of town tuition, which is like they doubled my tuition because I was considered out of town. I wasn't in the country for a year.
Right.
It was a struggle for me, man. It's like I couldn't afford my books, knives. I only could buy 2 pair of uniform, and nobody know I have 2 pair of uniform because I wash them and they're ironed every day.
Right.
And people who have 10, you can tell like, yo, wash a uniform. I mean, I got them to love it as much as I love it,
Right.
So it's like me could afford the knife and tell them to kick me out of school because I have the right knife and the right book and the book them for school. I say, you know what? Me tell the teacher, I'm straight up, say, yo, me can't afford it, I don't for nobody because why hiding the truth? Like they're gonna like people need to know what's up. I'm like, just came here, like my mom can't afford it, I can't afford it. I'm just working at Denny's at the time too. And I'm like, just give me some time. I'll save and buy it, It's when me save and buy the first knife kit there for $205. I was cutting everything in sight. Like I remember on my bicycle, right? My bicycle is a too now. I'll show you in a minute. Your bicycle from first come me the bicycle, I can't dash away. Almost 9 years me the bicycle. I used to ride for 2 years.
Nice.
The guy grocery store with a big bag of carrot on my shoulder. Come home, come here, go practice my knife skills. Them, me cut onion, me cut carrot, until at one point I was like the best in the school because I'm not bragging. I would him say because they must have one of the best ever say pass through school because with determination, me stay over when school done, me did a practice. Me got computer lab, go study because me couldn't find a book. And my instructor say, you know what? Me I do something I never do before. Me I give you a book. Give me a brand new book out of case.
Wow.
The book probably $200 and something to me. Could you afford that? And they give me a book and say, you know what, go and do your homework because I see your potential. You go reach places, you go places. I mean, I say, you know what? From that, it was like non-stop, man. It's like, it's funny, they reached out to me yesterday, said they want to do a scholarship in my name. It's funny, yesterday.
Wow.
They want to do a scholarship in my name. So I'm like, you know what? It's a blessing, you know, because they see the hard work and I didn't have nothing. I wasn't even.
So hold on, before you go any further, we have to go back to the root of that determination, right? Now, me know, and even if you tell me say it's different, me know say me right when me say that determination come from your mother.
Yeah.
So
because
we need to talk about your mommy.
Yeah, mommy set the foundation. Is like this woman work. She works, and that's what I grew up seeing. So that's all I know.
Right.
Like you can understand why I work so much and like why I don't sleep.
Right.
Because I gotta make it. That's what I see my mom doing. So that's the right way.
So now I've heard you say in an interview that your mom's still working too much as far as you are concerned, and you work hard to make sure say you can take care of mommy. You obviously mommy obviously have your heartstring. Tell me about the connection between you and mommy.
So with me being the only boy, it's like she up until today, she said she don't have no special enough for none of her kids, which I believe, but it's like the connection like me and my mother have is just unreal, you know. It's like she's all I know, and I was the only boy, so the love I get from her is just crazy. Like I just love her. Like, you know, she's all I know, and she just give me like when I was a little boy, I was bad as hell. So my sister used to mess with me all the time, and I just run to mama, you know, and she just shelter me and cover me, you know. It's like that bond is like I wish I could, you know, you probably have the same feeling. I wish I could explain like the feeling I have for her. She's still working 2 jobs. I'm like, why is she working 2 jobs? So that's why I get up and grind every day. It's like I'm not only doing it for me, I'm doing it for my wife, my kids, and my mom, you know?
Yeah. I
want to make sure that I feel like it's my duty, it's my responsibility to make these people live the life they deserve. And you know, I won't until they get the life they deserve.
I completely commend you on that. I mean, we all understand the position that mama hold and why our drive is so determined when we think about what our mothers went through. We get it, man.
Yeah.
So at age 29 now, you notice I never leave out the number that time.
Amen.
You have accomplished so much. You Iron Chef from is it Boston? Where is it that you are now? Buffalo. Sorry. Yeah. Iron Chef. You won the Iron Chef in Buffalo. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've won other competitions. You're just out of the stratosphere when it comes to what you have done. But one thing that I love is that at your age, you already have a cookbook out there. Healthy at home.
Yes, sir.
How's that going?
So, I was at a full-time job at Fisher Price. I was executive chef and general manager for them. And them shut down because of COVID. And I'm like, I wasn't getting no benefits from them because I got a registered business, you know. I was like doing pop-up restaurants. I got my business registered, so it wasn't legal for me to get benefits, you know. I'm like, that's what really start everything. Like, that's what really like pushed me. COVID pushed me to go do my own thing, you know. And I was just home. It was weird for me because I never home every day like that. I'm like, I'm home. Like, what the hell do I do home, you know? So I was want to cook. And I was cooking 3 times a day, every day. That's when I started to blow up. Like, people said, who this guy, you know? creating all these amazing dishes.
Yeah.
And you know, I talk and I sing and do all these crazy stuff, and people love it. They share it all over. Then like you start getting like the news attention, like you know, this guy doing all this great stuff. And so people are always reaching out to me like, I want a recipe, I want a recipe. And I always wanted to do an e-cookbook. I'm like, I could probably put in a cookbook so you guys can have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I write up the recipes. My wife, she take the pictures of my food. So we were a team, you know, she take the pictures and I write the recipes. And it's tough for me, like, we're Jamaicans, you know, we don't speak proper English. But I never let that discourage me, you know?
That's right.
And you know, I'm a chat all day, every day. Me not care if I don't pronounce it right. Me know what me I say.
That's
if
right.
you not get it, that's your problem. Me know what me I say. It's
But
like
you chat patois, you chat it proud.
me chat it proud. Like me talk, make them understand what me I say.
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, I'm in the twanging thing. I mean, I'm come and some group. I want to grow with them with.
Right.
But me talk, same Jamaican accent, but you know, me talk so you can understand me, you know.
Right.
And then you know, news reach out, asking about the cookbook, and they release it, and the news and all this stuff. So I did like a book launch. So I did like you know, official day of like, okay, the book is gonna be on Amazon, and people. I did a recipe for the book. I cook a roasted chicken, and man, that thing, it was a #1 seller on Amazon, and the next day it was a #1 seller because people like go after it. It was crazy. And then the news come back again because, oh, you were #1 seller. So it was a crazy thing, man.
That cookbook has definitely broken barriers for you also. I mean,
yeah.
when I think about the cookbook and I see the different types of meals, I mean, yes, you are Jamaican and yes, you can cook. And it's a great thing for me that your grandmother said, we don't use recipe. We put in whatever we put in and we learn from the taste and all them things there. Yeah. Because what that did is ignite your curiosity about other types of cooking. So now when we see you cooking Mediterranean things and European things, I'm saying, look at this man. And it's like you're perfected. How did you build that interest for all these different eclectic collection of foods?
So I always tell people, like, school only teaches so much, right? They teach you the basics. It's what you take and do with it. I was the guy that I would learn stuff at school and I would come home and I research it, I practice night and day, every day, or to make these sauces, because I was like fascinated by like French cuisine, because I was like, why French cuisine is like the background of cooking. You know? I mean, why did it start there, you know? So I studied and I, you know, learned the sauces, the techniques, and Jamaican, I can honestly say a master Jamaican cooking. Whatever it is, I can cook it there and make it amazing. So I'm like, why should I stuck on that when I know how to do it already, you know? Why I want to waste my time sitting on Jamaican food? So I can always bounce back to that. So I go to stuff that I don't know about. That's the advantage I have over most chefs here. Like, they know what they know in this country. They don't know nothing about Jamaican food. So like that blows my mind to see like Jamaican chef like stick with Jamaican food. You're a chef. You get that title chef, you should be able to cook anything in this world. And that's how I make myself, you know. I spend time on myself night and day, every day. I get up at 2:00 in the morning and start studying, I start doing research, because I'm not from here. I want to learn as much as possible in my field. So when it's my time for my name to call, I'm ready.
See.
That's why it's like I stay in shape. I do everything. Like I try to strengthen in every areas of my life, because you know when it's my time, I'm ready. That's just the way I live my life.
That's another thing that I admire about you. And I was thinking, I was talking to my wife, and we were debating your look, right? Did that look come up before you met all these superstars, or did that look come up after? Because number one, you don't dress like a normal chef, right? You think turn up, right? Number two, your physique is not like a normal chef,
Yep.
right? You work out and you obviously keep fit, keep healthy.
Yeah.
Is that a whole part of the image package, or is that just you?
You know, I would say a little bit of both, because when I came here, I was 276. I was like skinny as hell. Then I'm like,
Now you
I
have to quantify that, because you said 276. That's a
no,
heavy
oh,
weight for somebody.
one.
Oh,
I said 276.
because
I was 176.
oh, 176. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
But you're
yeah.
how
When I
tall are
came,
you?
I'm 6'3".
Okay. Now we understand.
Yeah, so I was 176 when I came here. I'm like, man, I'm skinny as hell. Then I look around me in the restaurants, is either this guy overweight, he's big, wobbling around, or this guy is skinny, doesn't fit in his uniform. That's why people don't understand that standing with me is like, they don't understand that I'm from Jamaica, we wear our clothes tight. Some of us wear our clothes tight.
Mm,
So I'm like, I'm trying to take my Jamaican background to the kitchen.
true.
I like my jewelry. And go ahead, judge me. People, it's okay. I'm gonna do me, you do you.
Mm,
That's what it comes down to.
mm,
So that's like me taking my Jamaican roots to the kitchen. You know what I
see,
mean? And I just represent to the fullest. And I notice if I want to attract a certain people, I gotta look and act a certain way,
true.
because I pretty much cook for millionaires and celebrities,
Mm-hmm.
and these folks, they don't want a regular guy around them, just a regular guy, in a big pants with sauce all over it. No, you gotta play the part.
See,
Like, these people are inviting their billionaires friends over. They don't want to be next to these dirty guys. So sometimes they step in the house and see me like, who the hell is this? Is it part of the party? Because my jacket, I'm not wearing a regular jacket right now.
see.
But my thing is custom made, gold buttons or whatever buttons. The
Wow.
Jamaican flag on the side. My fedora is clean. My pants is tailored. Everything is just like, because it's a package. You can't just do half and not the other half. You gotta give them the entire experience.
So I heard you say in an interview that one of your desires is to bring the chef from the kitchen and put him at the table.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So my thing is like bring the chef from the back of the house to the front of the house.
Yeah.
Because tell me if this makes sense. Well, it might not make sense, to me, but it makes sense to other people.
Yeah.
I went to school for 4 years to be a chef, right? 4 years. That's 4 years of my life.
True.
Why should I be stuck away in the kitchen with nobody see me? My talent is just wasting away. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
True.
I'm like, I want to be able to see my guests. I want to be able to interact with them. I want to be able to see that smile on their face when they're biting that scallop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're not locking me back there. That's
See.
why I know I have to do my own thing, because I didn't go to school for 4 years for people to tell me what to do.
True.
So I want to be running my own show. That's just me, though. Some folks just want to work in front of the guy and that's it. They just want to flip some burgers or fix some steak and that's it. So
Yeah.
that's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's cool. That you do you. But when I'm doing me, just let me be me. That's what I always tell people. Just let me be me. I want to be in the front. I want to be able to see you. And Ibachi is where I get that from. Like, when I first came here, it's an Ibachi restaurant across the street from where I work in Dennis. I'm like, man, I look to the window every night before I catch a bus or ride my bicycle. I'm like, yo, these guys are awesome. They're like rock stars, but they're chefs.
Yeah.
Blazing fire, people love it. They're squirting stuff in people's mouth. Yo, these guys are awesome. I would love to do this one day. And that's where it all builds up from. I'm like, I keep on telling my wife my idea. I'm like, yo, I want to cook in front of people. Like, how can I make it happen? How can I rent a space and just like cook in front of people? And she keep on telling me that I need to have a theme behind. You can't just go cook in front of people like that. And I, how can we make this happen? So that's where the pop-up restaurant come from. She's like, there's pop-up shops. Because I'm not from this country, I don't know about pop-up shops.
Mm-hmm.
There's pop-up shops, or about like, you could do a pop-up restaurant so you can have a theme behind it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love this. So we partner with small businesses, use their space, set up tables and chair, fine dining style, and I just cook.
So that's That's where the idea for the plating society came up.
Yeah, because I'm all about like appearance, like people eat with their eyes, you know what I mean? So I'm all about the plating, like that's what I'm known for, like the plating, you know what I mean? The plating, like I'm so like when I was like sous chef at these restaurants or executive chef, like the plates gotta look up to standard before they leave the kitchen, because there's no way my name is gonna be on it and it's gonna look like crap.
You're the first chef that I've ever heard, and maybe it is a normal saying amongst chefs at your level, but I've never heard a chef explain that people eat with their eyes.
Yeah.
It is amazingly true, brother. Because if I get a plate in front of me and I don't like the way it look, obviously immediately I'm not gonna like the meal,
Yeah. It's crazy, like the mind, how powerful your mind is. Like that's pretty much where I really get that far, because I set my mind to stuff and I see it and I achieve it, Because once your mind tell you that tastes like crap, it's gonna taste like crap. That's just the way it might be. Because even if you put something beautiful in front of someone, plated nice, and your mind is like, oh my gosh, this looks so good, it probably tastes so good. It's just tricking your mind that it tastes good, even if it don't. I'm just saying my food tastes amazing. But that's where you get them. You get them with the taste and the look. People eat with their eyes.
True.
See no fuss in my room. My room is going to be clean. That's just the way I roll,
Seeing. All right. So tell me how. I know there's a very simple truth about how it started or why it started, but tell me why the fedora hat.
I like you, man. I love you too, man. It's like you ask me questions like people don't ask me. Let's do this again sometime too.
Yeah, man, sure. Of course. Absolutely.
Thank you for checking us out on Good News Jamaica TV for content that informs, inspires, and transforms. Please like, share, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more positive Jamaica content. Walk good.